When you're building a website for your clients or your own business, we've seen a lot of people make this mistake of treating SEO and the website design process separately. Actually, they should be all thought of together. You cannot separate the SEO planning process and the website design process. They are supposed to be done together. So, in this episode, we talk about how SEO planning and website design influence each other and the benefit that you can get by integrating both these elements into one process when you're building your website. We look at the common mistakes that people make. What is the fallout of not thinking of SEO and design together, and our own process where we embrace the website SEO design process and the benefits that our clients have got because of this. Let's begin.
Good morning, Payal. Thank you so much. And yes, most of the website owners or other business owners, when it comes to their websites, they are just all over the place. They think that website design development and SEO are mutually exclusive. But trust you me, that's not the case. Why? We'll see. Well, let's imagine that you jump into the website development process without any involvement of SEO. But ultimately, your website has to perform in the World Wide Web, which is nothing but the effort of SEO put together. So what happens when you jump into building the website considering that website development, designing and SEO are mutually exclusive? There are few common pitfalls that you encounter and which we will discuss now. The first and the biggest thing that comes into forefront is that the structure of the website is all over the place. It does not match the business intent. Now just imagine if the structure of your website, which is the face of your business in the digital world, has a flaw in it. The basic foundation is wrong. People won't understand what the website is all about. So to structure the website, it is very important that SEO starts from day one of conceptualizing the website. Now when you design the website first and then go for SEO, content gets to the picture much later than it should do. Ultimately, the content on the pages of your website will rank. So if the content is not thought of, planned of well before the development of the website, then we are actually increasing the time, delaying it. The next thing that comes into light is the keywords. Now friends, people would search about your products, about your services on Google, on any other platform through certain key phrases. Those are the keywords. And those keywords need to be mapped to the pages of the website based on the intent of the page. Now, if website design is kept mutually exclusive of SEO, then that keyword research does not happen when the website starts. So again, we will be repeating the process at a much later stage, which ideally should have been done right at the start. Now think of a scenario when a user lands onto your website but does not know what to do, where to go, what action to perform. How will the user feel? Totally lost. The same happens when the CTAs, the call to actions, are not decided beforehand and the website is developed first and then we try to match the CTAs with the framework of the website. This does not work. The next important thing that should be considered but is missed is the navigation of the website. There should be a flow to the website. The top menu, where it leads the user to, which internal pages the user should be visiting, which should be kept hidden, what should be the footer, or what should be the content flow. This all constitutes towards the navigation of the website. Now, if navigation is not decided and the website structure is built, then it's of no use. Because for a good SEO, navigation, click depth, and structure of the website are very important. And of course, when you start with blindfolded, then everything is a guesswork. So without the proper designing of SEO strategy at the build stage of the website, it's all guesswork, my friends. So this is what happens, what people usually think, but what this leads to. Ultimately, why are you building the website? You are building the website to be present, to be noticed on the internet, to gain traffic, and ultimately, which should lead to business. But when we jump into the website development process first, thinking that SEO will come later, this all miss happens and it leads to poor traffic, weak engagement, ultimately loss of business. And I'm sure, Payal, you would also agree and you would have certain points from your ends to share on this, what we have experienced in Justwords over the years.
Yes, right, Rahul. So I feel that when you're thinking of SEO later, after the whole, you've built the website design. I think we've had numerous clients come to us and say that let's get the website designed first, and then we'll do the SEO later on. So that is such a big mistake because it's like building a house which doesn't even have to have an address. You are building a very pretty house, but you're not leaving the path for people to come to your house. And even if you are doing it later on, they might not want to stay. So, design without SEO is going to cost you rankings, and SEO without design is also going to be leading to poor experience. Now, let me explain that a bit. Previously, what would happen, I think, is that a lot of websites would be built for Google just to rank. You just want a virtual home on the internet, and a lot of people would just build it, right? So I think their design would be sacrificed. But now user experience has become extremely important, right? So Google pays a lot of attention to user experience, and if you are not building your website to give a proper user experience, you're going to be losing your prospect. So if you're not embracing SEO right at the website design stage when you're building the website, then you are actually ignoring a very fundamental element of the website building process. And it's very important, like Rahul explained, that if you've already built the website and SEO comes as an afterthought, it's a major mess because you have to go back to the page's structure. You have to change the whole layout of the page. Your content has already been done. Your navigation is already built in. So everything has been already baked in, and you're trying to change all of that because your SEO planning process has completely come later. Not only that, it's not the right way to do it as well. As Rahul said, that if SEO is involved from day one, then your designers and content people know exactly what they have to do. So often we see that copywriters are brought in at the last minute. Designers are told, hey, listen, build the mock-up, show it. Once everything is done, it's developed. Then the copywriter comes in to fill in the spaces. But what is happening is you're losing. So how is the copywriter supposed to know what kind of messaging is supposed to go there, right? When you start with SEO, you know what keywords you're focusing on, what your business is going to be. So then accordingly, you plan your pages, you plan your page structure, you plan your URLs, you plan your content. The messaging is so important. Like your website has to work as a sales guy for you, right? So if you are thinking all of this later, then you are building a very poor website, and actually this is going to lead to more cost later on, and that's not a good thing, right? And not to mention the amount of work that you will invest in redoing the website again once you start your SEO. You have to understand that you have to make sure that your website is going to be indexed, going to be crawled, the structure is fine, and you are paying attention to what is user intent, right? So if user experience, if you are not giving things on your website that your audience want to find out about you, then you're losing the prospect. The person is going to scoot from there, right? So make it easy for the people to find what they are finding. They want to understand what you're doing, what you're offering. If it's a B2B website, then make sure your resources section is loaded up with case studies, white papers, so that they know enough of you before they even make a decision. If it's an e-commerce site, make it a lot of visuals, good looking visuals. Make your product descriptions great. Your overall navigation should be easy, right? You should know what category pages you are wanting to focus your keywords on, and you're making it easy for the user to find everything and going from one page to another to checkout, right? So this all, when you integrate SEO into the website design process, then you are servicing both. You're paying attention to both the user and also Google, right? So I would just say three things: structure your site in a way that is crawlable and indexable, design with user experience in mind and page speed in mind, use keywords to guide both your content and your entire structure layout of the page, right? So Rahul, let's now talk about the website design process that we follow at Justwords. And you have countless clients who come to you saying that let's just start with design and let's think about SEO. We'll think about SEO, and you go there, convince them that no, let's do it this way. So let's talk about the process that you follow while talking to our agency partners and also business owners when they come to you for website building. What is the SEO web design process that is followed at Justwords? Let's hear about that.
Right, Payal. And the first thing that, I have a discussion with the clients when they tell that let us do the website first, SEO, will think of it later. Now, at the back of my mind, I get amused by it a bit, to be very honest, but then I understand from where they are coming. So, the discovery call that I set up with them is very important. Now, discovery call is not just for the sake of it. Discovery call is not just for us as business partners to understand our clients, it is also for the clients to understand what they do not understand. So it's like the client might not know the criticality of something, which the discovery call clears it out. And I have seen numerous clients change their minds midway through the discovery calls when they understand the importance of how SEO is not an ingredient to be put after, but it is something which goes hand in hand.
Right.
So in the discovery call, we talk about the competitors, like who are their competitors, what their website looks like, what are they doing on the World Wide Web, on the internet. So that competitor analysis is very important. Also, the client is servicing something which is already present in the market in the form of competitors. There can be USPs which differentiate client A from client B, but the service more or less is there. Now, in that, how to portray or how to project your website in comparison to your client website, it's all the game of the keywords. So that's where the mapping of the keywords plays a very important role in that discovery call. We try to understand from the clients who their competitors are, and then we research on what they are ranking for. And basis that, we prepare a list of keywords what the client's website should be focusing on, and then the pages are mapped accordingly. Once the pages are mapped, then we also side by side we try to understand what are the client's goals from that website, why they are building the website. Is it just for the presence on the internet, just to give a face to a name, or does it have some deeper value and intent of that website build process?
Right.
So business model understanding, client goal understanding is very important, because that helps us to ideate, conceptualize what could be a better solution for the client in terms of design aspects, in terms of content that should go in terms of the website navigation, the flow, everything. So this discovery and strategy call is very important that upfront we do. And also, once this everything is done, once the competitor analysis from our end is done, once we map the keywords, then we build the site structure. Now, without the structure, without the blueprint, the building cannot be built. So similarly, without the site structure, without the site map, the site cannot be built. How the site would flow, how the links would flow internally, that all is there in that blueprint called site structure. So that discovery and strategy call is the foundation. So Payal, I'm sure you would also agree that this call is one of the key aspects of our journey with the clients. And apart from that, also there would be there are certain points rather, which we focus upon. And I would just like you to take up the next point.
Right. So I think, as Rahul, you were saying that the site structure is extremely important and that has to be done before even the website is built. So I think from there, it also helps because it helps the team understand what kind of content we have to make for every page, what are going to be the pages. So because you know what the pages are, you know what kind of content you're going to be building for each page. Each page has a singular purpose, right? Your homepage has a singular purpose. Your service pages, because of the keywords, you've already mapped what kind of service pages you want to have, and it doesn't come as an afterthought. Which you can definitely add the pages, but you should know what are the pages that you are doing. And then you figure out from your keywords that the SEO team jumps in to tell you, okay, this is going to be the structure of the page based on what your competitors have done. A structure is built which helps focus what is going to be in the banner, what is going to be in H1, what is going to be in H2s and H3s, what is the first top half of the page going to focus on, and what is the bottom half going to focus on, what are the CTAs which you will include in the page. What is the page supposed to tell your audience who's landed there? Think of it as a salesperson. Each page of your website, and especially the service pages which are important for your business, should be telling a story, should be carrying your brand message, should be telling your user or your prospect or your target audience exactly what they want to hear. It should be talking to their pain point, right? So once the site structure is built, it becomes a very easy flow from there. Your content or copywriting team knows what exactly they have to follow because they've already been given a structure. And from there, you finish your content. Because every page has a defined goal and a CTA, it becomes much easier developing the content. And it's not, we are just putting in content as a placeholder. It's just, the whole thing is built because of a goal, and it is primed for conversion, it is primed for ranking, right? Later on, when the SEO team steps in to do their work, your pages are already optimized, right? The basic foundation has already been done, and you don't struggle for changing the structure of the page later on, changing the structure of the website later on, right? Also, this helps in thinking of the design elements as well. So once your page structure is ready, the design team gets into action, and they understand that this is the this is the part, this is the messaging that I need to be focusing on at the top of the page. And they think of design that way. They think of design through the messaging, through the user experience, through the user intent part. Everything is very clear. And then we move to the design phase where they create the mock-up, which is basically a bare shell layout of how your website is going to look at. So the mock-up is created, and then it's a conversion focused layout which has already been designed. So the designers follow the same layout later on to go and design the process. So once the mockup is done, we actually send it to the clients for approval. If they are okay with the structure and layout of the mockup, it goes into the design phase, and designers then design the page, where there are revisions possible. But essentially, you have sealed the overall structure of the website by them.
Exactly.
Right? And that leads to minimal, it helps both sides of the team because there is less of to and fro, and we both agree on what we want. Right?
Yes, of course, because when we have a design, a proper flow to anything, right from the start, later on, the changes become minimal, as you rightly pointed out, and the headache is a lot less because we know in which direction we are heading. Because just imagine we are building something without any direction, without any blueprint, and then few days or few months down the line, a bug comes in, something goes wrong. We won't even know in which part the problem is because we do not have the design. We will have to destroy everything and reconstruct. So this all cuts that chase and helps us focus on the things that actually matter. And once the design is locked, once the design is finalized, comes the important phase of development, because ultimately the website needs to be developed, right? Till now, everything was going on in the back end. Now it's time to come to the forefront, make the presence felt, and that's where development comes in. So development involves SEO optimized codes. We prefer on keeping codes to the minimal because ultimately, unused codes or codes which could have been done otherwise lead to slowing down the page. So we keep that code usage to minimal. We try to keep that to minimal. Then we focus on core web vitals and responsiveness. Now, we would agree that most of our clients today would browse our website on a mobile device. So it's not only important to optimize our website design based on a desktop or on a laptop. It's equally important to optimize our website for a mobile device as well. And again, even if it is a laptop, there are Windows based laptops, there are Mac based laptops, screen sizes are different. Same goes with mobiles. So optimizing the website for each screen is the key element over here, because you would definitely not like an experience where you are seeing your website all good in one place and on another device it's all in shambles because it's not been optimized. So optimization, and Google also focuses on mobile optimization of any content or any website on the internet. Google is heavily focusing on that. Then we choose the platforms, the CMSs to build the website. In certain cases, the client has something pre-decided, or the client is very specific about what the CMS he wants. But in other cases, we have the option to go for a WordPress, go for a Shopify, go for a Shopwire, or any other CMS platform. This completes the development phase. The development is done. Now it's time to hit the ground running, launch the website, and start off with SEO. So as in the entire process, SEO was already involved from day one. Now it's just a smooth sail.
Right. And Rahul, what exactly do you do before delivering the website? Like, if you could talk about the SEO stuff that which is already embedded on the website, or the work that goes behind after the website is developed, development team has finished the website. What goes after that? Like, if you could explain the SEO process a bit.
Sure.
How do we start out with it?
Sure. So once the website is developed, by that time we already have a mapped list of keywords against the pages. And since the content was SEO optimized content was a part of the development process all through, what we first do is we check what is the outcome vis-a-vis what was planned. So we check the metadata, we check the interlinking process, we check the redirects that were supposed to be implemented, whether the website has been properly redirected from the staging server to the main server, where it has been properly redirected from HTTP to HTTPS, whether the www and non-www versions are properly redirected, whether GSC is there, Search Console, whether Google Analytics has been set up. All these are the basic preliminary checks that go in before handing the website over to the client. And also, we do a proper QA of the website, proper quality check of the website based on the grammars, based on the content flow, based on the content intent for a particular page, based on the keywords being targeted for that page, based on the navigation links, based on the internal links, everything. That QA is done. And then we create a sitemap. We put it to index on Google Search Console. And when the sitemap is successfully submitted, then we hand it over to the client.
Right. So basically, when the client is getting the handover of the website, you have already embedded the base level SEO work done.
Absolutely.
And your website is completely ready to start work, basically. And even if you delay the website process, the SEO process a bit more, it doesn't really matter, because the groundwork is already done. Yeah. Everything is according to the SEO web design process. And it saves a lot of budget and a lot of frustration later on, right?
Exactly.
Right. So would you say the agencies love this process?
Oh, absolutely. I would not differ from that. Agencies do love us for this process and for few other reasons which we critically focus on at Justwords. So as you know that we are a white label agency, we do white label work as well. So anything that we develop for our clients does not bear our logo.
Right.
So the clients, let's say if the client has to take it from us and give it to someone else, then the client is at full liberty. It's his property to take it from us, put his logo and give it.
Right.
So complete white label work, or if it has to be a co-branded work, that's also possible. So the flexibility, the range of flexibility that the clients have, that they get at Justwords, keeps them with us, and they're very happy with that.
And also because we have been able to show them the benefit of embracing the SEO web design process. I think they're happy with the design, they're happy with the way the content has shaped out, they're happy with the overall groundwork of SEO that has been laid, because most of the clients who come to us for website design also start their SEO. So it gives you already a head start. I think that's what we've been able to successfully do.
Yes, of course, because I still remember, Payal, when earlier we used to cater to clients based on what they used to tell us, what their
Yes.
requirement is. But then we took a conscious decision to educate the client first, that what benefit they could get from this modified process.
Right.
And from then, it's never been looking back.
Yes, I remember that we created this whole, we educated our agency partners also that if you follow this step-by-step process of SEO website design, what is the benefit? So now even our agency partners know the process, and they also they also see how beneficial it can be. So I think that's a big barrier that we've been able to cross. And this process of embracing website design along with the SEO process has really helped a lot of our agency partners and their clients, and also separate business owners who come to us for SEO, right?
That's right. And moreover, Payal, our partners or business owners, whoever our client is, they get one partner for everything, be it website development, designing, be it social media, be it SEO. It's just one stop shop that they get, and they literally love it. And not only that, they do not want to, they do not have to chase multiple touch points, multiple people. We give dedicated project managers for them. So, they are getting everything under one umbrella, and that too by communicating with a single person. What else they could want?
Right. And knowing that content, design, and SEO are all baked in together. They are so integral to each. I mean, they all have to work together. So I think that way, when you get everything under one roof, it's great. So if you're an agency owner or a business owner looking to build or rebuild your website, make sure you're not keeping the SEO planning process separate from your website design process while you're starting the website build process. You do not want websites only looking good. You want it to be properly optimized, and you want it to rank well. So there is no point having websites which look great in design wise, but they finally need to go perform and work for your business, get the sales in. They need to act as a salesperson for you, rank, convert. And for that, make sure that you're following the process that we described above. If you liked what we talked about, please share and subscribe our video. Catch you soon in the next episode. Thank you.
Bye-bye.